Day 12. Having had a spiritual awakening as the result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to other alcoholics and to practice these principles in all of our affairs. I didn't get a burning bush spiritual awakening. My spiritual awakening has come really slow and only in the last year, like we talked about in step 11. I do, however, feel like I've had that. For me, it just kind of eased in to my heart without me even realizing that it was there. I didn't have to do an enormous amount of work on it. I really just had to open myself up. The principles of this program we often talk about are honesty, open-minded, and willingness. And we've talked a lot about honesty and willingness, but open-mindedness, I pretty much didn't have that. It's taken the last year for me to open my mind to something outside myself and to be guided by something outside myself. I'm very self-reliant, so I spent a lot of years trying to only rely on myself and to never trust in anything else. We've talked on the steps all the way up to this point about all kinds of principles: trust, faith, honesty, integrity, perseverance. And I don't think that we can get to a point where we understand all of those principles until we get to step 12. Early in meetings, they talked a lot about service work. When I was newly sober, the most service work I could do was cleaning ashtrays, making coffee, pouring coffee, and sharing in meetings. I don't think we realize what a big part of helping others it is to share in meetings. I never really had a problem with that because I wanted to get so much of me out so that I didn't have to continue living in the kind of pain I was in. So it was easy for me to share in meetings. But I can't tell you how many times people came to me and said, me being honest in meetings, how much it helped them. So that was as much as I could do in the early beginning. When I came back into the rooms after taking a couple of years off, I really jumped in full force, and then I wanted to start sponsoring women, and that became my service work. Through that time, developed my desire to open up the Sober Living House. And that is my current project, which is what we've been talking about for 12 days now. It's a project that's really close to my heart because I stayed in treatment in that halfway house for 6 months. And we got in all kinds of trouble. We didn't know how to live together as neighbors or roommates or friends. I mean, we fought all the time, and we would get put on what they called shutdown. When we got put on shutdown, that meant we had to roll 14 deep everywhere we went. We were not allowed to go one place alone, not one place, not one meeting. We had to be home at 5 p.m. every night. We had to take 2 cars, 2 big vans, and we had to go to meetings together. We couldn't go off on our own meetings. And that forced us to learn how to communicate with one another. And that forced us to learn how to have friendships and to learn how to rely on each other. This is a we program. I cannot do it alone. I'm fortunate that I found that God is with me now, but in the beginning, I had those 13 other women with me, and that's why the Sober Living House is so important to my heart. And I want to build more. I want to create an entire community of sober women who help each other and love each other and support each other and build each other up, because we have become so broken that we have hit rock bottom and we have got nowhere to go but up. There's nowhere for us to go but up, and we need other women in our lives to help us to understand our value, that we're worth saving. If we're worth saving to God, we're worth saving to each other. That's what the project is for me. The principles behind step 12 are service and gratitude. It's important that you know what my mission is so that you can help me to reach it, so that you can help these women to give something back to our community of the things that have been so freely given to them. Your help freely gives that to them. When I went to meetings, and I talked a lot in the step 11 about how God would run me out of meetings, so did gratitude. But over the last 19 years, I have learned that I feel like I am the most blessed woman in the world. And it doesn't matter what pain I've gone through as a child. It doesn't matter what pain I've gone through with my anger. It doesn't matter the pain I've gone through in relationships. All that matters today is that I am blessed in so many ways. I have more friends than I deserve. I was always given mercy instead of justice. I am so grateful for the life that God has allowed me to live. Thank you for helping me in the fight against addiction. If you would like to further support our cause, please visit our Venmo or PayPal accounts to donate money, or come to the dinner at Scotty's on the River between 4 and 10 p.m. on Giving Tuesday, December the 1st. Thank you for tuning in to this series.